Happy after all. I'm happy after all. They try to break me, but I'm strong. I'm happy after all. Take your time and take control. Life is hard, but not for long.
Hi everyone, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So this is another episode of Tea and Talk. As usual, my name is Wadzi. I'm joined here by two previous guests. So would you like to introduce yourselves? Tedrah?
Yeah, sure. Hello guys, my name is Tedrah. I am a Christian and relationship coach. As you know, I've been here before. I'm just here and I love being able to talk about what I do and helping you all out.
Brilliant, thank you.
I'm Stephen. I'm the founder of Mellofluence. Before I introduce myself as a mental health and wellbeing practitioner, but now I'm an accredited low intensity therapist. So I support others in helping manage their mental health and their well-being. And that is what my company does, Mellofluence, as well, helping you find happiness and find your peace. So
wonderful.
Love that.
Yeah. Brilliant. So on this episode today, we're going to be talking about how to overcome SAD, which is Seasonal Affective Disorder. It affects many of us. Some of us, we know it's affected us. Some of us, we don't know what's going on. So it's this time of the year where everything is dark, it's gloomy, it gets dark really quickly, it's raining, it's snowing, it's cold, and it's just sad. That's what it was what it is. It's just a sad time. There's also pressure around this time. Christmas shopping, we need to make sure the family is happy, our friends are happy, but are we happy? That's the question. So it's that time of the year where everything is just a little bit, you know, have I bought enough presents? Oh, it's getting dark really quickly. Or I've got to get up early and it's still dark, and I get home and it's still dark, you know. So that time of the year. So just a conversation. So we're just going to have a conversation just to talk about how to overcome it. It's just kind of, even if you don't really have SAD or you're just feeling a little bit down in the dumps, we're just going to talk you through some tips, give you a little bit of some advice. So I'm going to go straight into it. I'm going to start off with Tedrah. What is your opinion, actually? Let's start off with, what is your opinion with this time of the year?
See, for me, let's rewind back, right? I used to hate this time of year. I've never really been a Christmas person. Like, I've always done it because I've got kids and, you know, they love all the Santa and whatnot, but I've never really been, do you know what I mean? But I do love winter. I love winter. It's literally my favorite time of the year, even though it's all gloomy and cold and whatnot. I love being in my house with my kids, getting all cozy, or, you know, a cup of tea, hot chocolate and all of that. I do love that. I don't like the rain. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the rain. But I do also feel like it being winter and being like getting so dark so quickly, and we're having to wake up and it's dark and all of that, it can bring a bit of a downer to you. It can, your mood does change. Like, your mood changes. You go from summer where you're happy, excited, all of this, your energy just goes down a little. But I think it's things that we can work on and learn to change. Like, honestly speaking, this is the first year that I've been really excited about Christmas. I've been really excited about, you know, even just the winter in general. Even though, like I say, it's my favorite time of the year, this is the first year that I've been like, guys, this is my favorite time of the year and I'm enjoying this. So it is, you know, one of the things that I just like, it's winter. Great. Everyone's going to be boring and annoying. But me, I am here like, school run. All my mom friends are getting tired of me. They're like, where are you getting all your energy? I'm like, guys, you have to embrace it. But it takes time. It's a journey that you have to take to shift your mindset from being down to actually seeing all the good about it and all the true meaning of Christmas and the true meaning of this season. And yeah, I just think it's just something that it is facts. Like it is, people are going to be down and people are not going to be, really into it. But we can change that. It's possible to change it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah.
Me, so my understanding of SAD at the moment is from a therapeutic standpoint. It's something that affects people. It's a depression or a type of depression that affects people at the darker periods of the year. And me personally, I love the colder season, so like your autumn winters, because you get to wrap up, you get to be a bit snug, you're comfy. I don't like summer in the UK. For whatever reason, it's just like it's trying to cook you, and that's not. I don't want to be like. I feel like roast chicken in London, personally. But in winter, I probably feel like I can enjoy myself and I can surround myself with people. But I think what's challenging, I would say, particularly this year, especially for everyone, thinking about their well-being, is the cost of living, because it's like everything's gone up. And whilst that pressure for me is like I always keep within my means, there's now like this pressure I'm seeing a lot amongst not only men, but some single parents as well, to kind of make sure that they provide everything. And it's so distressing, and that adds on to that extra layer. Like they've increased energy prices by a gajillion. You have tax going through the roof, and then there's the anxiety of some people are finding it difficult having their kids at home. Like me personally, I'm not in that position, but for some people, they're dealing with a lot. Like some people are hoarders, and they've got they haven't had that space. So for me, whenever I think of this particular season, I'm always reminded that yes, I'm blessed to be in a position where, you know what, I can enjoy my Christmas and I can relax and be around family and my friends. But therapeutically, it gets challenging for others because, I don't feel good around now. I feel heavy, and that's my understanding at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, it's very weird, like, to hear both of you going, I love it. I'm like, oh my gosh, who have I let onto my channel?
No, but like winter does that, because I don't know. This year winter, everything was trying to cook you from like I can't even think, where was it, from September, like literally from July onwards. It was hot, rain, hot.
Yeah.
It wasn't even cold. Like I'm wearing like my overshirt in some days, and another days it's shorts and whatever. And I just said, you know what? Let me just, I give up. At least in winter,
take it as it is.
I'm saying, winter is cold. It's either gonna rain or it's just gonna be cold. That's it. There's no in between. There's a sunshine, some clouds, and vibes. That's it.
Sunshine, clouds, and vibes. No, I'd rather the sun. I'm a summer person. So when it comes to this time of the year, I do struggle. I've just recently started a new job, and I remember I put on my Snapchat. I was like, let me do a day in the life of me. And I have to get a bus because I work in the central, so in the middle of the city centre. So I'm like, easier for me to get a bus. Woke up, left the house at like 7, and it was dark. It was pitch black. There was no light whatsoever. There were the street lights were there, still on. And I was like, okay, I'm on the bus. I'm watching now the sun rising as I'm on my way to work. I get to work and it's still a bit gloomy. I get to work, it's just like 8:45 and it's still a bit gloomy. It's not fully bright yet. I go out for lunch. It's nice. And obviously now I'm 30 minutes, that's all I get. And now I'm back in the office. And then I'm like, I left the office and it was pitch black again. No lights. And I was like, I can't deal with this. This is not me. Why am I leaving the house when it's dark and coming back home when it's dark? Like, I feel like it's just. So this is why, to me, I can relate with those people with this time of the year of like they're feeling really like I get the whole it's snug and it's all of that stuff. Cozy. No, and then you got the sickness as well. I had the cough that was going around as well not long ago. Those kind of things I can't cope. I can't bear being outside. I just want to shut myself indoors. I just want to be indoors and that's it. So I don't know. Like, I know there's probably like many people in my position who feel like that. What
Yeah.
advice would you give them to them and me as well? Like, I need to hear this. Like, maybe I should get a notepad and because like you guys absolutely love it, and as well you've got your expertise. I can't do it. I can't.
I think, you know what? It just reminded me when you said that. Like when today I went to work with some young people and we were talking about how tomorrow's gonna be the shortest day of the year. And that means
Not
that,
leaving my house.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
Not leaving my
sorry, but it's gonna be
Thank
the
you.
shortest day of the year. So it means it's gonna I think it's between 3 and 3:30, it's gonna be dark. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be yeah, I'm sorry. It's gonna be pitch black outside. So for me, I feel like because if you know that, like it's coming, or that I don't want to call it darkness, but the day is about to end, even though it's 3. I think my advice would be to just relax and be calm. I remember this morning, it's mad sometimes how God works. Yeah. Like this morning, I was reading the Bible and I was reading Luke 21. I read the whole of it because this month I'm doing Luke. So, and it was literally talking about the end of days. And it was talking about how the wind and the rain and the whatnot was gonna come. And I woke up and there was bare wind blowing my bins into my car. And it was like, I was like, what is going on here? And then I get to my kids' school, yeah. And then the teacher's like, I think it's the end of days. And I was like, don't say that. I was like, no, it's just the wind, guys. It's just the wind. Okay. But it's one of those where I feel like if it was someone else who was in that moment, they would have looked at that in a negative way. But then I genuinely, I looked at it and I was reading the Bible and I was saying, and I was like, okay, I don't think God is trying to tell me it's the end of days, as in he's coming right now. He's trying to tell me this is the end of your suffering. This is the end of you feeling all this anxiety, feeling all these feelings. We are going into Christmas. We're going into the new year. I want you to experience everything that I've told you in Luke 21. And I want you to see that, it's going to get dark early. It's going to be windy and rainy, or the floods or whatever's coming. I want you to experience it, but I want you to take that as all the things that you've been through, all the challenges, all the obstacles that you've gone through, and they're all now being wiped away. And you're now starting again. So that is how I was reading it this morning. And I was just like, it is such a beautiful way to look at it. So if you look at tomorrow and you're like, oh, it's getting dark so early, look at it as, okay, my day is ending early because I'm about to start a brand new, beautiful day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds deep.
Deep still.
Yeah, cut, guys. We're done.
I don't even think I top that. Like, I think, you know what? Since you've addressed it from a spiritual angle, I will look at it from well-being. So, the protocol that we use called behavioral activation, and what that is like measuring the level of activity that you have and the sense of out of 100% of what level of achievement and enjoyment you get out of it. So, in the shortest day of the year, you're like, I'm waking up in darkness. I'm going to be at work in darkness, and then I'm going home in darkness. Like that can feel very overwhelming, especially if you're depressed as well. Like, where's the sun? Because in that, let's say whether you got that half an hour of just, I want to be outside and taking as much sunshine as you can. And typical advice you get with depression is trying to get as much outdoor exercise, sunlight as you can. But we're working 7 hours a day. Teams are overwhelmed and it's coming to the end of the year. What can you do? I'll say to anyone, try to at least concentrate on doing what you enjoy. So let's say you can't go outside, it's too cold, it's raining, it's whatever. If you have a podcast you listen to, like Breaking the Stigma, Listen to that. Cheeky plug. Cheeky plug. Or if you have an audiobook that you've been listening to, do that. If you have a drawing that you started, let's say you draw or have any kind of activity that you get a sense of achievement. Maybe there's a workout you've been planning, anything you've been putting off, just try and focus on that. Try to go to the gym, try to eat a healthy, balanced meal, or in this case, because it's winter, just something you like eating. Because I feel like a lot of people think I need to be eating greens, and sometimes food, because it's a struggle like to find good greenery these days. Because walking Tesco, nothing. Like I'm not eating Brussels sprouts. I refuse. To this day, they're my op. I will never eat them.
Yeah, no,
No,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
like, I'm not.
At least we
Like,
can all agree on that one.
nah,
Yeah, no
love them,
thanks.
I'll like you, but it's not for me. It's not my. But if you try and eat things that you enjoy, whether it's a sweet, whether it's a hot chocolate, do take time to just do things you like and make sure it's something that is worthwhile to you. That keeps you from being depressed. That keeps you focused on taking in those little moments of joy that you try to capture. And most importantly, I would say try and make time to call, message, or be around someone that you actually enjoy being around. The key word there, that you enjoy being around, because sometimes you go around at work, it's not everybody I enjoy being around. My colleagues watch this, I love you all. But not everyone is as blessed as me. I mean, some people go into work every day and they kiss their teeth and they're like, they need to wrap up. And we're now moving, I think from this point forward, we're now going into like, some schools are going into half term. So there are some people where they're coming in with the kids, or they're not even spending time with their kids. Give them a call if you can, and if not, it's okay. Just take some time, and especially to anyone that's grieving at the moment, because this is another part of sad that I think we don't touch upon, is that especially in our communities, when you're celebrating moving forward in life, because on Mellofluence we're talking about life transitions, and in the Christmas period, it is a celebration. It is that period of where we're celebrating the life of Jesus and taking in the blessings and abundance that we take in. I'm also Christian, but for me, it's a thing. It can be difficult to do so when you're grieving, because you feel guilty about the joy that you're experiencing not having your loved one there. So to anyone who's grieving at the moment, celebrate. It's okay to take in that moment of joy. You do deserve it. It feels guilty because that person that you want to celebrate with isn't with you. And as complicated as your relationships may be, they might not have been your favorite person or not. But please take in that moment of joy for yourself and the blessings you have developed. And that's what I would say to anyone.
Thank you very much. Yeah, two very deep answers.
Yeah.
No, I love it. Thank you guys. Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Just to kind of rewind a little bit, where Stephen was talking about eating food that you enjoy. It's Christmas time, you know. That guilty conscience. Oh, you know, that's where you find a lot of things like I'm bringing other things into it now, other like mental health. I hate saying problems.
Yeah.
I really want to find a different word for that. But like, you know, also the type of things like eating disorders as well, like around this time where people feel guilty for eating certain foods, or people don't want to eat a certain, like, we're also, as much as they're sad, there's also eating disorders that come into it actually. So,
well, with eating disorders and the practice that we have therapeutically, we do a protocol in terms of challenging, and it's very carefully structured. And with some people, they feel guilty that they're not eating enough, or they are overeating and then want to purge. So for those that don't know, purging is the act of eat food, and not to go into too description, but you then have to bring up what you've eaten. And it's an uncomfortable thing, because like you said, they do have that, like you said, Basi, they do have that guilt. So to cope with that, we always say to any patient is to challenge their thoughts. So sometimes it does help that you either A, make it known to someone, I'm finding it really difficult to eat this food right now. Or if you do feel okay enough, ask yourself the question, why am I feeling this way? What is it about this food that I'm finding uncomfortable? Is it that I feel like I don't deserve to eat? Is it that I feel like other people should be enjoying this meal or not? What am I feeling in this moment? What is in my environment that's affecting the way I feel I do? Because sometimes our thoughts, our behaviors, the physical sensations we come up with, and our emotions are a result of the environment that we in. And I think around these times, especially when you're bringing people together, not everyone is in a healthy environment to celebrate Christmas or be in a winter period, so to speak. But that's me where I stop. So yeah.
I think based on what you just said, I think some things as well, they come into place. You know, like when you've got like an eating disorder and you're thinking about your mental health and all of that. I feel like sometimes it can also be caused with the fact that you're going into an environment that you're not happy with. Do you know what I mean? Like someone might be going to that event or that family gathering or that friendship Christmas thing that they feel so anxious and they're not comfortable and they've got all these thoughts and anxiety running through their heads. They feel like the only thing that they can do is, you know, resort to the eating disorder or think about, oh well, if I go there and I'm eating this, is someone going to make a comment? Or even when they're there and someone makes a comment, that's it. Like that's it. They've already. It's hard. Like
because you know
what can you?
No, I'm not trying to interrupt you because that makes me think. Because there's always that one auntie.
They're always.
You're not eating enough food, or you're eating too much.
Always.
Like there's
Too
always
much,
that
yeah.
one. He said, Stephen, you're putting on a little bit too. No, I'm not. I'm good. Yeah,
I'm
good.
fine.
I'm fine. I'm eating this chicken and I'm eating this rice and peas and I'm gonna feel nice. Yeah. And to anyone who has any uncomfortable family members like that, listen, don't ignore them. Just ignore them. They're not okay.
You know, honestly.
They're not okay. Because
I think the one thing that made me shift from the mind that you just said, like Stephen, like you're like, oh, there's that auntie that's always gonna say something. What I learned to do is honestly, it sounds so simple, right? But ignore it. Honestly, like for me, it took a while for me to start ignoring all the things that people were saying to me. And it's hard. It is hard. I am not gonna lie to you. It took me, I'm gonna say about 2 years to actually, be like, you know what? I don't care. Like, say what you want to say, do what you want to do. But I had to change a lot about myself. I found that I had to really start accepting who I was. I had to look in the mirror every day and be like, girl, you're beautiful. Girl, I love you. Girl, you have a nice body. And then I started making the changes that I wanted that benefited me, not because someone else has said, oh, you're fat. Oh, you're ugly, or these things. You know what I mean? So I think some of when you're like in an environment where you're not very comfortable, you feel like someone has made a comment or is going to say a comment, try and channel your mind into a positive comment for yourself. And then take whatever they say and replace it with whatever you're thinking about yourself in your head and make it a positive thing. Don't make it a negative thing. It has to be a positive thing you're thinking about yourself. And honestly, like the more you do that, the more you will start to actually feel it and believe it. It makes a difference.
we call that narrative shift in therapeutically. So what you described is someone who, like you said, you described the narrative of every time I go to an environment, this person, I know they're going to say this. So what am I going to do? Whereas you've now said, okay, I'm going to change this story. Instead of paying attention to what they say, I'm going to now change it to, I'm just gonna ignore that and have this ending instead. So with some patients, if you're feeling like it's too much for you to now be, so for example, at the lower end, it's, you know what, I'm gonna go there and I'm just gonna be like, you're eating too much food. Okay, but mentally say to yourself, I'm gonna enjoy this food. That's it. Being brave, and I dare anyone to do it because I would. Yeah, if you're feeling brave, just if you're feeling brave, she's like, don't you think you're eating too much food? Yes, I am, and I'm gonna eat more. God bless you and have a nice Christmas.
Yeah, I was literally that one. Then like, if you're petty, like,
Oh my days.
Be petty, yeah. Give vim and be petty.
be petty in the right way, in the right way.
Yeah.
With that shifting I did, even because for me, I think Tedrah will know. Oh, when are you gonna get married? That is creeping up. You're gonna have kids. I'm like, yeah, like it used to bring me down a lot. So even talking about that shifting, or even if you're a little bit petty like me, when they'd be like, "Oh, so when's your wedding?" "Oh, whenever you pay for it." So, oh yeah,
Exactly.
when are we gonna have kids? How do you know I can have kids? You know,
No.
Oh, that's a deep one. That's a deep one. I like that.
The
Yeah,
thing
man.
is, it's like
Yeah.
you can't. Why are you asking me these questions? Like, you know, it's don't ask me. Like people have stopped asking me because they don't want the smoke. They don't want the answers.
Yeah.
Let me keep it
Good.
professional. They don't want the answers. But like, you know, things like that. But even shifting my brain where I know, okay, I'm gonna go to a wedding. Someone's probably gonna be like, oh yeah, you're next. Or when's yours? When's yours come? I'm waiting for yours. You know, so it's like a thing of where I'm now like, I know that's gonna happen to myself. So I'm like, right, I've already pre-populated the answers that I know that, you know, Aunt Patty's not going to ask me ever again, or just even to just kind of like, I'm going to make sure that I'm happy and just be like, look, it's all going to happen in God's timing. But there's some relatives who I'll just be like, oh, it will happen in God's timing. I know that in God's timing, it will happen. So that's what I've now put into my head and my heart as well, just to be like, you know what? My life is in God's hands. And ever since I've ever said that my life is in God's hands and things will happen when they will happen, I've noticed a calmness, like just a peace. Like I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it be. And instead of looking at things in a negative way, instead of like, oh, why is this happening to me? I go, actually, why not me? What is this trying to teach me? What like, you know, what is going on? Like, oh, okay, I'm in this situation. Okay, so what was this situation trying to teach? Oh, okay. It's preparing me for my blessing because and then you know what I mean? So like, and sometimes I actually write it down. I'm like, okay, I'm in this situation. What's the pros and what are the cons? Okay, that's fine. Okay, okay, I'm gonna navigate. And then I look at it, I'm like, well, I'm gonna navigate the situation in this way. I'm gonna look at it. Or actually, do I even have control over the situation? Don't. And we don't have control over what people are gonna say. You're gonna tell you, oh, you're eating too much, you're eating too less. We don't have control over that. So why is it letting you affect you? Like, don't let it affect you. Like that's what I say to myself. I say, look, you have no control of what that person's gonna say. So why am I gonna let it affect me? They've said it, they'll whatever they want to say, but I know what, I'm good. I'll be good. Do you know what? I want that second portion of mac and cheese actually. You know,
Always that mac and cheese.
I'm gonna need that second portion of mac and cheese actually. You know what? I deserve it. Like,
it's been a long year. Come on. Treat
Definitely.
yourself. It's the end of the year.
Definitely. But my voice is going out. Sorry guys. What's going on? Yeah, so we're gonna touch up on a big subject as well that is around this time, aside from the eating disorders and it getting dark and gloomy, which I've moaned about enough, I think. Um, talking about money. Spending. January blues is coming up. I'm dreading it, you know. Buying family presents. So who do I buy presents? Who do I not buy presents? What do I do?
You know what?
You know what?
I can't afford to put the heating on, but the kids need to be happy. They need presents under the tree. And we need food on the table, but you know, Aunt Jackie also wants a present. What do I do?
Wait,
Money. I don't get
boundaries,
paid until end of
innit?
January.
Listen, love. I know J Lo said love don't cost a thing, but it does, innit? So like, so honestly, me personally, and I've had to say, I actually had a discussion with a patient about this today, innit? Which is you don't actually outside of who the people. I had to make a list of like 5 people that they love near and dear. So they put their partner, their 3 kids, their mum. I'm like, cool. Those are your presents. Then they started catastrophizing. What about everyone else? They're not getting a present this year. Yeah, but typically it's all good. Boundaries. It said, I love my family, but money's tight. God bless you. So what do I give them? A Merry Christmas text, a phone call, a hug, a card, boundaries, because you don't have to. Love is, yes, you want to get them a gift or a small token of affection. I understand that completely. But if you honestly can't afford to, and you're trying to really stretch yourself in to meet not their need, but this unhealthy requirement of pleasing everyone, make sure that you feel good. That means there's something wrong with how you internalize the boundaries that others share with you. Because we share boundaries with each other. We do. So therapeutically, I'll say to them, I'll say to everyone else, pick 3 to 5 people, just 3 to 5 people that you, without a doubt, just love and adore and want to share a real token of love and affection this year. Because be realistic, not everyone who has a good income, not everybody can afford to buy everyone a present. So it is okay to prioritize. And if someone is upset with you because you didn't buy them that ninja blender that they wanted, or help, listen, or they didn't get or this one little cousin from far yonder wants a PS5, or you got the family back home, you want you to send them money. Listen, money's tight all over the world. There's 5 people that you love and that you really love and adore and can't do without. Hold on to them. Focus your attention on them. Let them be your focus and where you center yourself. They're your protective factors. Everybody else, if they do love and adore you, they'll appreciate whatever they can get from you whenever they can get from you. But right now, focus on that 3 to 5 and keep it there. Because even those that are completely wealthy have limits. So it's okay to limit yourself too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that amazing B word, boundary. That is
Boundaries.
yeah.
It's mad because like we actually went and did some last minute shopping for the kids today. And as we're doing it, my husband asked me like, oh, I'm buying presents for grown-ups. And I was like, nope, kids. That's it. I'm sorry. Kids. Like, I feel like as grown-ups, as we get older, presents are more about us being together, like us actually being present with each other. Yeah. So that for me is more than enough. And I know, like, for example, like for my parents, they are like, as long as I see you guys, I'm good. Like, that's all I want. So if we were like, no, we'll buy the kids presents, we'll buy, you know, every kid that's around us will get a present. But grown-ups, we are gonna be their present is us being in their lives, us being alive, and us celebrating the birth of Jesus. Because really and truly, the true meaning of Christmas is the birth of Jesus. It's not about the presents. We should be giving presents to Jesus. We should be going to church and, you know, giving our offering there, not, you know, focusing on,
the tricky
oh, you
thing.
know.
Because I see Pastor with a new Benz, so like, I start
Only
asking,
give what you can give. That's what it is.
You give what you can, you know. Even
And
if
it's also not, it's not always monetary. It's not always monetary. Even if you have
it's not.
a couple of tins in the back of your cupboard that you know you're definitely not going to eat. donate them to the food bank. You know, you've got
Yeah.
a few blankets and scarves and you know, people you don't wear
Mhm.
anymore. You know, donate them. Like, go on this
Give
people
it.
out there, homeless people who
Yeah.
will be so
Or
grateful for
time.
the small thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
give your time. What's
Like,
the
give your time. Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
like just giving your time, like donating your time to the church or to that local community center, whichever it is as well. It's
Yeah.
that's you know, and just don't do it for Christmas as well. Let's not just do it for Christmas. Let's do it all year round.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
No,
I know
no.
that's part of
It's a,
5 ways to well-being. That is part of your 5 ways to well-being as well.
Remember that, people.
yes.
But
Make yourself feel better, giving back, you know, you will
Yeah.
feel good doing that as well. So yeah, no, definitely I completely agree
It
with
is.
the whole adults not giving presents. Like even for me this year, I got asked what do you want? I was like, I don't know. And because everything I want I can buy myself. Like I'm at that age where
That's the
if I
other
want
thing,
it,
yeah?
I'll just go and get it. So it's literally just like, oh, so I think the easy thing for me is just buy me perfume. Like, yeah, like I could never have enough. I love perfume, but you know, I don't know what like exactly what I want. You know, even just like you said, spending time seeing your loved ones. You know, seeing my parents go over Christmas will be enough
Yeah.
for me as well. But mom, if you're watching this, still like, if you're thinking of a gift,
Let's still buy something, yeah?
still buy something.
like, I'm your child. I'm the favorite.
But then
Exactly.
I said buy for children. I didn't say I am still their child though. If
That's
you think
true.
about it.
That is
I
true.
did say buy for children. Mm.
Technically, specifics are key here. I'm your child.
Mm.
I'm not everybody's child. There's a difference. Like you
Aha.
see,
Exactly. So, mom and dad, I know you're going to be watching this. Remember that. Thank you.
there's one more thing. There is community as well. Because for me, I think that's a large part that gets lost in Christmas. That it is about actually bringing people together where you can. Like one thing that my family does over the Christmas period is every Boxing Day we just link up and just have like a massive. It's a party, man. I can't even call it a gathering. Like it's just
Yeah.
it's friend of friend. Everyone's eating food, everyone's drinking, everyone's listening to music, and it's just kids are running everywhere and doing everything, and you just enjoy yourself.
I love
And
that.
sometimes it's a good way for people to not get left out. But
Mm,
there are some people that don't have that community. So if you know someone
Yeah.
that they know that this time of year, you know what, they might not have anybody, you try to bring them around you or anywhere where you feel like, you know what, get some company. Like, because that could be good for them, honestly.
yeah,
Yeah.
I remember seeing an advert for Salvation Army around that as well, where they were going around to elderly people who like live by themselves and just sitting there and talking with them for like an hour or bringing them some food and things like that. And it just literally like I'm just thinking like those small little gestures, thinking for how it can make someone's day. Like, you know, you might think, oh no, oh maybe your neighbor Betty, you know, she's by herself this Christmas, unfortunately, and just going around for a cup of tea, you never know what that can do to her own mental health as well. Like, you don't know what that can do
Yeah.
for her. Like, so just think, I like to think of it as what you would like someone to do for you, do it for them. So it'll be, it's a good way to kind of to kind of think about it. But
Yeah. I like that.
yeah, no, definitely. So, just to kind of wrap up as well, like, so have you got anything else that you want to add on top of how do we actually even answer the question, how to overcome sad? Like, no, how can we overcome
Let's
it?
overcome.
You can't overcome it. Can we?
Based on this conversation here, yeah, one, remember to laugh. On this one, remember to laugh. Take joy in everything.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
that's the key thing. No matter how small or insignificant it might seem, just take it in. Two, be
Yeah.
around people that actually fill your cup or pour love into you. That is
Amen.
very important. Three, remember what you spiritually believe. Even if you are an atheist and you don't believe in nothing, you just believe in the universe and the laws. Just take time to reflect on that and really make sure you live those principles. Or if you feel alone, speak to somebody, please. You have a phone, and if you don't have a phone, there's plenty of places where you can probably try and get. If you reach out to, where is it? There's a charity that helps with this stuff. But there's charities around.
We'll put them in
the description.
Yeah.
That can help you with connecting with others where you can, if you're seeing this. And then finally, beyond all else, you know what? Just learn to accept where you are now, and that's okay. It's okay if you can't get to present. It's okay that, you know what, I don't like eating bare food, but I'm gonna try to. And it's okay that not everything is going right, but I'm trying my best to live. That, I think, has been a good summary of this convo. I think.
Yep.
Anything you want to add?
Mic drop.
I love that. I love that. I think, honestly, sometimes you just have to be at one with yourself and be content with who you are. And as you go through these journeys of life, and as you go through this last few weeks of the year, stepping into Christmas, go in it with an open heart and an open mind of, this is just me going through a dark path. I'm gonna eat whatever I want to eat. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. And then if you really feel like, okay, I've done that, but I feel like something needs to change, hit the gym in January, do some home exercises, do something that's healthy and that's good for you, because not only is that thing going to be able to help with you physically, or the way that you want to look, it's going to help you mentally. It's something that gives you joy, and that that I'm doing this for me because I want this. So the key thing is to always put yourself first. And I want people to remember that just because you put yourself first, it doesn't mean you're being selfish. It literally just means that you are putting you first, and then everyone else, you still care about them. But if you can't concentrate on you, make yourself healthy, make yourself better, you can't help anyone else, because all you're going to be doing is helping them with a small percentage. Why not give them 100 after you give yourself 100?
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I wanted to add.
Definitely, yeah. You can't pour from an empty cup, and that's one thing that I've definitely learned.
No, you can't.
You can't pour from an empty cup. So imagine, you're thirsty and you pick up an empty cup and you pour it. Yeah,
There's nothing there, mate.
There's nothing. We can't give what you don't have. And exactly like what you make sure you put yourself first, especially during this season. It's hard, and I've been guilty of it, and I'm pretty sure Tedrah and Stephen, you've both been guilty of it. For us to be advocating about it now, of not putting ourselves first, just putting other people first, and things like that. So we're not saying don't be there for your loved ones or anything like that. What we're saying is just make sure you're there for your loved ones, but you're also there for yourself. And the big B word, boundaries.
Boundaries.
Yeah.
Healthy boundaries.
I might just pin it to this video. Boundaries. Just, don't feel pressured to go to that party, that event. Don't feel pressured to go to that family member's house who is going to put you down or anything like that. Don't feel pressured to just do anything that you yourself feel like going to, or you don't want to do. But at the same time, please do not lock yourself indoors just because it's dark and gloomy outside. I know I made it earlier, I don't want to go out, but please, even if it's just taking a walk when the weather's a bit dry, sometimes, or even just doing something like even what Stephen was saying, just call a family member, have that conversation, even if you don't want to go outside and it's cold, it's gloomy, call a family member, find a safe online community.
My social, my
Yes.
Discord and WhatsApp group. You can join those for free. The link will be in the description.
The link will
Yeah.
It will be in the description.
Mine too. Mine too. Link will be in there.
definitely, definitely, yeah. There you go. So you've got a safe online community there. You've also got Tedrah's little not little, but not little. You've got Tedrah's big,
Growing.
big and growing.
Growing.
Yeah, that's the correct word. What do you call them? Seminars, webinars, the online ones that you do.
Both. I'd call them. Yeah, they're a bit combined. I do webinars, but I'd say like I've just created a Facebook group to bring in the different communities so that people can have, like you're saying, a safe space where they can ask questions and they can ask them anonymously. They don't have to ask them as who they are, and their questions will be answered with love, compassion, and honestly, most of the times I'm bringing the word of God into it. I'm not just speaking from my own mind. I will go, I'll pray about it, I'll read about it, and your answers will be safe in there.
100%.
But yeah, that'll be in the link as well.
It'll
be down there.
Video, guys. Just read the description.
But I did remember one of the charities. So one of them is called Little Lives. So if you are a young person, I've got a project that I've got to do at work. But if you're a young person, aged between 30 to 16, and you don't have a phone and you're in care, do reach out to Little Lives because they will supply you with a phone.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, good to know.
I'll send again the link.
I like that.
It'd be down there, innit? Yeah.
Just down there, yeah.
YouTube. Like,
What? It won't be awkward if I don't post. I'm only joking. But no, it's been lovely having you both on the channel again. Thank you very much for sharing your expertise. Before we go, I always ask, as you know, one last sentence. What can you give us to our viewers?
Woo! You know what?
Go on, Stephen, you got this one.
I got this. You know what? Well done for making it to the new year, innit? Well done to you, each and every one of you. Wadzi, Tedrah, and to anybody watching this. Well done to making it here. You made it through every trial, tribulation, every down, and now you're up, and now you're here, ready to celebrate and receive any blessings that may come in the new year. Amen. So that's what I'm gonna say. Well done, and I will see you in the new year. Okay?
Brilliant. That was very tense. See you.
Nah, because you gotta let them know. I'm gonna see you.
I'm gonna see you there.
I'm gonna see you there. Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't make me a liar now. Don't make me a liar on the internet. Get me?
Amen. Thank you very much. Tedrah, you're not running away from this one.
I love that. Holding them accountable, which is what I do. We gotta hold them accountable to be there next year so we can see them. But honestly, like Stephen couldn't have said it any better. This year has been tough for so many people in the government, in society, social media. A lot has changed, and it is a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful miracle that we're all here today and we're alive, and we're thanking God for every step that we're taking. So well done you, and keep living life. Set those healthy boundaries, live your life for you, and cherish every moment, because this life is so precious, and the big man that gave it to us honestly wants us to live a purposeful life. So enjoy every moment, and happy Christmas, happy New Year. Beautiful.
Lovely. Thank you very much for the paragraph. I said sentence, but let you off.
Bring us back, because we're the best.
Exactly.
No, lovely. No, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. So watch out for the next episode of Tea and Talk. So all the information will be in the description box. So feel free to reach out to Stephen, to Tedrah, and even to myself as well. Please do feel free to reach out. Remember, you are not alone. And it's also okay not to be okay sometimes. But thank you very much. Merry Christmas and a very happy New Year.
Take your time and take control. Life is hard but not